Hey guys, what's going on? This is Terry here with another video. Not the best lighting, but yeah. I'm gonna be going through another ritual of the vampiric rites. Let's get started. This is my little altar for right now. Uh, Under the accommodations of recovery. I've been going through some work. But we all know about that. Okay, so let's get into that. Very excited. We got the Luciferian invocation of self-consciousness. As you all know, I am studying pretty severely into all that stuff. Trying to get everything in order. Okay, so let's get started. Some things you're gonna need. You're gonna need something to wear, like a robe of some sorts. I'm gonna use a hoodie, because it has a hood. And of course, the Luciferian pendant with silver wrapped around it. This is an upside down pentacle, which would be a pentagram. Then we have the 8-pointed star. Now, the 8-pointed star represents the Sabbaths of witchcraft. I'm doing this at 12 o'clock, so we are at midday, at noon. For the Luciferians, that is the highest point of the star. So I have chosen this to do during the day, and it's probably going to have a more positive effect. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to take this, and we're going to place this on top of the pentagram. And what you do is, obviously you can't see it because of the way that I'm angling the camera right now, is I'm going to be moving it counterclockwise. So I'm going to be going left. And while that's opening, I'm taking it into my third eye. And I'm going to be reading the incantation here as followed. And I am in front of a mirror. And I have some things here for the crossroads for my subconscious not to get overloaded. Okay, so now let's begin. First, we're going to start by going counterclockwise. I'm probably going to place the book down. Okay, so I'm going to hold it with my other hand. I have fallen from the sky, awakened. I will illumination, the essence of the primordial. Let me start again. I have fallen from the sky, awakened. I will illuminate the essence of the I, primordial form of Azothos. I stand in the center of time to behold your gift. I walk the solitary path and announce my birth. Hekos. Saru. Prozaza. Hekos. Umbesa. Usha. Open the doors before me, Lucifer. Arise from within. Zazaras, Zazaras, Nansanda, Zazaras. I give thee thanks, Intertor of magic, whom upon the path will bring God and the goddesses. The flesh of be eternal from the secret word. I seek to become like the shadow of light. I will walk in between with each Sigil is the mark of the fallen seraphim who tasted the shadows and when the light. We will know the secret glory, visible and appreciated in glory of those who hold the banner high. So flame is lit before me. East, who was the first to descend and separate from the false light of sickness. North as well. And awaken my desires on this earth. Shit. Less which is the eldest in the blackened flame. South, Yamro, invigorate my spirit and my body with the strength to defense and the keys to make me stronger and just mine and mine. Okay, some things that happened in the middle of that. It felt like I was going through a tunnel of multiple colors, mostly light. It looked white, blue, all going in a circular form, almost like a hypnotization thing, but it was like a tunnel. And then Lucifer obviously appeared in front of me or in back of me, and light was coming towards me at the same time. So there was a moment where during when I was speaking, some light was offered to me as a sign of, here, you're running low, here's some energy. And then my one foot was burning at some point. It felt like my big toe was on fire. And then it came up, and then it felt like Lucifer was within me, and the light illuminated. So the counterclockwise sigil, it did work to get you through the gates. It sounded like there was talk behind me when they were discussing it. When I talked about north, south, east, and west, it sounded like those people were conversating. And they were saying if he can't say it fully out loud, like read some of the Latin out loud, he has to sound it out. And at first it was like, okay, maybe he could just come back and do it later. What I did is I used the whispers of the jinn as a talking. So if you could hear my voice rattle and sound almost like a spirit in whisper, some of this Latin text will help with that. You vibrating it out your mouth, so that way it sounds like a spiritual whisper or a hissing tone, which Michael Ford has referenced a lot. Now, I drew some of these vampiric sigils today as well. And as soon as I drew those, the light of lava formed in the middle and the wind of blue. So that was pretty cool. Just to recap to those who seen my last video, My last video had, it was the astral projection forming the vampiric spirit within my body, the bat. So that way it's able to come out and do that. The result from that was actually pretty good. Some issues to the ones that are starting out in vampirism. I would say beware, like Mr. Ford said, of predatory spirits of challenge. The idea is not to go into madness. So the better thing for you to do is give thanks and appreciate offerings. I've tried to do channeling with them. The result didn't exactly suit my better interest. I mean, I've seen other Luciferians channel, but it's not the best thing for you. I mean, I've tried mediums and letting the spirit talk through. It feels like some might just take advantage, and it might turn into a predatory situation where it's just feeding off you. So it's better for you to just be yourself. If they want to talk with you, just listen and just go from there. Obviously, their teaching's in your work, so go from there. I mean, I wish you all the best, and just keep going. Even if this video doesn't get many views, just take it as a learning experience that the knowledge is out there and that you yourself are trying to build something. So like what I am doing, I might not get this many views. I want to see that some might eventually come and start seeing these. Like my Instagram channel is starting to actually get viewers, and I want to climb up from there. So the idea is to ascend. So eventually somebody's going to come across this. That's my end goal, is to be immortalized. And what's a good tool than social media? You all have your own art form. As right now, my art form is this. I do want to talk about why I am in recovery. One of the things that I had from a sign when I was like younger was The Shining. My name is Terrence Anthony, and a lot of signs of the magician appeared in a lot of what I do in my like work. My number is 23 because I was born 8/23/99. And this might be a little too personal, but I'm saying it because it's actual evidence to how much appeared in my life and how grateful I am for it. It's almost like these spirits worked with me before I was like born. So they planned my birth before I was even there, because a lot of what came out of it was like things before I was even there. And I was pretty impressed about it because it was crazy. I was like, wow. And as we know, Dr. Sleep, his book of The Shining, his name is Torrance Anthony, and that's my name. And a lot of the 23/7, which is close to my 8/23, they told me to take reference to this as like a sign that we're working with you. And I was like, wow, so why am I in recovery? He's like, we're going to lead you down the path to drink and use. And I chose it. I took it. I was like, all right, I'm going to do this. And what came out of it was a lot of what Jack Torrance's in The Shining, how he ran around the hotel crazy and shit like that. I felt like that for a little while. I'm not going to lie. But then eventually I grew out of it. Now, I would say that is the bad side of what could happen in the Quippoth. if your mind starts feeling like that, reference The Shining, Jack Torrance, because he was in some sort of like psychic trance and he was freaking out and he was starting to like wanting to kill people. The ghosts were probably like, all right, yeah, kill motherfuckers. And that's obviously the predatory sense, but you really shouldn't be going around fucking trying to chop motherfuckers' heads off. Other than that, your illusions also need to be taken into account that paranoia can really destroy your being. I had to learn that the hard way, and I didn't like it. I did not like it one bit. Michael Ford talks about the spiritual nerves, and I related to a lot of what he says. He's a brilliant author. A lot of what I read and do is in his work. I knew I was a witch before I was even born. So, or while I was born, I should say, because I was able to talk to spirits. It got stronger throughout the force of Luciferianism. Pyramid, I was told by one of the guys throughout this lonely journey, which I feel like Cain sometimes because I was on a lonely path. And we were always trying to find stories in this. And I was practicing necromancy at the time. Necromancy is a very hard thing to deal with, or to do with, and to do anyway. So that's what I just felt right there is exactly why I don't like channeling, because it felt like a puppet situation. So that's me trying to force something that I don't want possessing me. I am my own. You know what I mean? So I'll listen, but I don't like it. That whole thing that just went on, then the smile afterwards, wasn't me. I don't believe it was, so there's physical proof. I'm gonna end this video here because I have to go on from here. All right, guys, blessed be and stay safe, and you all have a good day. I will see you all in the next video.